Right. So, wait, we're going to welcome people into the show. How do we welcome people into the show? All right. How do you introduce the podcast?
Oh,
You say welcome, of course. So
yes.
yeah, welcome. Welcome to 0100 Naija,
Welcome. It's your co-host Ada.
and the host, of course, I'm the scientist, and occasionally you'll hear me being referred to as Eagle. You can ignore that, or you can just go with it as it comes. So here is the 0100 Naija podcast.
Yeah.
We are the Nigerian Review podcast. What does that mean? What does that entail? I suppose as you come along with us, you'll get some more idea about what that is, right? And Ada, what about this title, 0100?
Yes, 0100, not 0100.
Yeah, I should think so.
0100.
Not and definitely not 0100.
What does the title? What does it mean to you?
0100. I mean 0100. It's when you have a 0100 number,
Yes.
right? You call 0100 to get more info. So here is the podcast where you tune into to get all the info, the contemporary info about modern day Nigeria, and well, not just that. Anyways, like we will explain later on about Nigeria as a whole, what the country means to us, to its people, and to the world. So we are your host and co-host, as we introduce ourselves as. And we are a duo of Nigerian students who, for some reason, believe that they are Nigerian enough to produce a podcast that will be a review of Nigeria, the country, its people, the society, under a number of topics and subjects in order to achieve some insights into the multitude and the interplay of factors that affect contemporary.
So we'll be discussing
Phenomenons, yeah.
yeah, and the people that make up Nigerian society,
Right.
what they do and the impact they have on the environment and the world that around, and also how the events in the world affect their lives.
Okay, so essentially we'll be talking about, like we say later on, to achieve all that we'll be looking at and talking about Nigerian arts, Nigerian music and culture, and perhaps most importantly we'll be looking at Nigerian history, because we believe that to understand what is at the moment, you have to know how it came to be, right? You have to know where it's coming from, and then talking about all that, of course, meaning that we can't do that to the complete exclusion of foreign arts and foreign events, because we need to discuss all these too every so often to see how they affect us as Nigerians.
So please stay with us as we tune in every week and we give our take on the Nigerian history pre and post independence and the evolution of Nigerian society ever since.
Right, so you pause there please, and we are saying here that we will be releasing new episodes every week, right?
Tuesdays, you say that?
On Tuesdays, right? You'll be releasing new episode every Tuesday, and on the occasion have a particularly long episode that we feel is too long to be just one episode. We'll be splitting it in two, and they will be releasing the first part on the Tuesday and the second on the subsequent Thursday of that same week, right? So you want to know about Nigerian literature, classical and contemporary. We'll be doing the occasional literary review on here, as well as we'll be spotlighting favorite Nigerian writers.
What about the Nigerian music and the hip hop?
Oh, definitely. You should believe that you won't be forgetting that.
Movies, scenes, and arts. Are we going to discuss about?
You should trust that you will be paying visits to the famed Afrobeats and Nigerian hip hop scenes, and we won't be leaving the other genres and subgenres out either. We'll even be looking at the traditional scenes too. So Fuji and High Life fans better be on the lookout for that. And Nollywood, definitely. Nollywood will be getting thing is, Nollywood fans will be getting a mouthful from us on this podcast, right? Because we will definitely be digging into their favorite movies, as well as doing reviews of select new releases too. So because they'll be getting mouthful for us, right? Because quality issues and
for sure.
But all this is coming from a place of love.
Yeah,
because we're Nigerians, we love our country, we patronize this. We will go to see the movies in the cinemas, of course. We'll support them all the way. And because they'll be getting our money, we have earned the right to dig into the movies as we will. Yes. And we will try to be fair, of course. We'll try to be fair.
I'm going to try.
Into considerations and all that. Right. So Nollywood fans, beware. We're coming for you. All right. So a break from all this, and although we've tried to sound a bit conversational and casual so far, the thing is, we know we must have started quite aloof in some bits over there.
That's a terrible habit we'd have to learn to avoid.
We really would have to learn to avoid that if you are going to get anywhere with this podcast.
Anywhere for sure.
Well, I suppose it can be said that we are not quite the most qualified podcasters after
all.
Well, what we are though is a duo of students, Nigerian as they come, and with a definite passion for their country and for engaging discussions, of course. Right?
And this is what we bring to you, dear listeners, to the 0100 Naija
podcast. So please stay with us as we lay down our plans and aspirations for this promising show of ours. Right? What we plan to do with this show is provide freshly naive insight, if you will, into the issues that we lay before you, esteemed one.
You see, we believe, after all, that this is our country.
Yes, and that this country of ours could well find some use for a couple of naive thinkers, right? Right. After all, we are both students, and not just students, we are science students.
Hungry science students.
At that. So you'll have to forgive us some of our little eccentricities. Oh, and a lot of those there will be, because between us two, your main host, and the other guests and friends that will be joining us on this journey into the heart of Nigeria, there will be more than a few weird and odd moments mixed in.
I can assure you, odd moments.
Definitely, right? But it will all be mixed in with all the insights and the engaging discussion we'll be having here. Oh my God, I can't wait for listeners to meet some of the guests we'll be bringing in and the kind of discussions we'll be having on the show, right?
That said, we look forward to having you with us all the way on this journey and as part of this introductory episode.
Right. To start with, here are some of the friends who will be making appearances on the podcast, friends of the podcast, if you will, and what are the things they have to say about their hopes and general thoughts about the podcast.
So play nice, guys.
Play nice.
Okay, so I listened to the beginning of the show, and then based on what I've heard, I feel like it's something that is promising. It has potentials to achieve something great. I consider myself as a patriot. Like, I have so much passion for the country and something that is focused on things around the country. I feel it's going to bring people like me, or people that have same idea as me, and then it will pull us together, and then maybe we would have a community to share our ideas and stuff, moving the country forward. Because I mean, Nigeria is the place that we have, so we have to make use of every possible way to make it better. So I feel I like the idea behind the show, and I hope that it's going to progress into something greater overall.
Good afternoon or good day, depending on when you're listening to this stuff. I am Olusegun. I'm a friend of these two gentlemen running this show. I was invited because of, they needed eye candy. Oh, wait. This is a podcast. You can't see me. Well, anyways, you can hear me, and trust me, I look good, if I do say so myself. In all honesty, this show has the potentiality of being an awesome shit. I was supposed to say swear words here. Oh, cool. It's going to be nice. I mean, it's all about Nigeria, our country. And trust me, if you are not here, you have to hear what is going on here. First, write that down. But in all honesty, I look forward to what this show has to offer. I look forward to listening to it every week, and I hope they don't disappoint. I don't like that guy in particular, Ada, but hey, let's not be prejudiced there. So hey, tune in. We won't disappoint you. Thank you.
This is Emmanuel. I'm also known as Dante. The thing about the podcast is, I think it will be of help to most people, especially foreigners that would want to know about Nigeria in full. Okay, and the thing is, I feel that a lot of work had to be done by my friends, which is Adam and Igovic. A lot of work really needs to be done because they are just into the game because of the love they have for the country. So you should focus more on the knowledge you are to acquire from this podcast and not the level of their expertise. I should say that. Thank you very much.
Welcome. My name is Mr. T, and as you know, we give you a lot of Nigerian content as proud Nigerian youth. Of course, the passion is there. Yeah, sure. It's what we are known for. Men living the dreams of the Nigerian claims, and for sure you'll be getting more of us. Just watch out for this.
Hello, I am Hooks. That's what they call me. I think that's actually a great show for a start. I think they did really well. And I urge you guys to tune into this podcast often, every week, every Tuesday and Thursdays, right?
Yeah.
As there's a lot to learn. I really appreciate them.
Good evening. I'm Suleiman. And
I don't know what to say, like.
no, let's do it. Hello, I'm Suleiman Abubakar. I'm excited to be on this project. Thank you, God.
All right, Ada. That's the major part of the first episode, right? So, going into the podcast now, we're going in full time now, right? Both feet. I mean, we've put this off for so long.
Yeah.
For so long, we've been working on
Remember
this.
the first time you told me about
I mean, that's months and months ago, right?
Sure.
And
I think it was before COVID.
No, right. I had plans to start this before COVID,
plans.
right? But then I took this especially seriously after COVID,
Okay.
right? When COVID is not over yet.
Yeah, for
after
sure.
we resumed school, it was still during COVID, but after resumption, that was earlier.
Now
this
we
year.
need to make content. Let's
Right.
bring content.
Exactly. That was when I took it seriously and said, "Man, we really need to do this, and we'll be working towards this ever since."
So, what are your hopes and aspirations for this?
Well, my hopes primarily is that I'm able to influence some change in the society. You know, how we look at ourselves, how we perceive, and the events happening around us. Generally, I hope to be able to effect that. That's generally.
Based on your sphere of knowledge, do you think this is the first of its kind in Nigeria? What we're bringing, especially what we have in mind.
I know.
Have you?
I know we say we are naive thinkers, and but it will be particularly too naive to want to believe that. I do not believe this
for
is
sure.
the first of its kind. But definitely, this is going to be very unique.
Okay.
Right? It's going to be very unique.
That's one thing we can.
Yes, we've put in so much work into this, too much thought, so much hours thinking about and tweaking the different aspects of the show, the programs we'll be bringing in for the show, and the plans we have for it. We've put in so much time thinking about that, and definitely I believe we have such unique content to offer our people, and so much fun we'll be having, of course.
I'm one of the busters, but I totally look forward to this.
So do I.
I absolutely look forward.
So do I. So please, listener, Tuesdays.
Tune in.
Yeah, we'll be hosting the podcast on Audiomack, of course.
Okay.
So wherever it is we get this from, be it Facebook or YouTube, look at the description and you'll be finding our the links to our other social media handles there, and of course the link to the Audiomack page where you can get fresh episodes as they're released. And then of course we'll also be releasing this on YouTube too, right? And we have a Facebook 0100 Naija, all right, and
we're coming hard for everyone.
Yes. On Twitter too, we'll have the Twitter presence. It's banned presently, but then the ban is coming off soon. And of course, even with the ban,
I forget
it is right. So we'll be definitely still looking towards Instagram, but we still have some issues with that. But
why?
Once, now there is a reason we're doing this in audio form only.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So for
it's
the moment,
a huge reason.
with time we'll look into Instagram too, and we'll bring our presence there too. So please, dear listener, check us out on every platform we are on, and please, we look forward to your support, and we hope we get to do this together and effect some change in Nigeria and in the world. So please, catch you on the next one.
Ada out.
Yeah, I'm the scientist turning out too. Hey, this is the scientist here saying thank you for listening on for this long to the very first episode of our podcast. We're saying thank you to all of our friends who supported us this far and who appeared on this podcast, and the ones who weren't able to appear on the podcast, of course, to speak on the podcast, as it is. And we're sending a special shout out to Pedro, the awesome producer, who allowed us to use his beats as the soundtrack for the podcast. Saying thank you to you and to every other person and to you, especially the listener. Saying please stick with us and look forward to the next one. Thank you.